Hi, this is Daniel Hooper from 1% Property, coming to you with your weekly market update for Kedron, Gordon Park and the surrounding suburbs. It is Friday, June the 28th. In Queensland this week we had 1,147 sales with a 50% auction clearance rate. Very little change in those numbers from what we've been seeing probably since the start of the year. 31 sales in the inner north. Look, it shows there are a decent number of properties changing hands in our local area. A few notable sales: 62 North Street here in Kedron, that sold for $1.1 million. It's 2 beds on 599 square meters. 23 Richmond Street in Gordon Park, that one is 3 beds on 607 square meters. It's only about 4 doors down from Stafford Road, so not a very good position. That achieved 1.585. They're both quite good results for the homes that were on offer. So it shows that there are still some very good results happening in the area. As far as the market as a whole, look, prices are still increasing. Over the last 30 days, they've increased by 1.5% across Brisbane. Locally, I have started to notice it taper off a little bit. Now, I think we may be starting to see a bit of a slow. It was always very, very much having to happen at some point because it's been going up so fast over the last 12 months. We've noticed some sales taking longer and less buyers at open homes. So those two things are usually quite early indicators that we might be starting to see the start of a bit of a slowdown. I personally don't think things are going to tank like they did in 22. But again, there are external factors that might affect that. People raising interest rate, the RBA raising interest rates and other sort of macroeconomic factors that may affect whether or not we sort of go into a flat period or a slower growth period or potentially a downturn. One thing that was in the news this week, which is not overly encouraging, is inflation is back up, jumped from 3.6 to 4%. It was I think rated to go to maybe 3.8, so it's a little higher than expected. If it continues to go up, they will raise interest rates again. In my view, the whole raising interest rates thing is ridiculous at this point in time, because the main drivers of inflation were your sort of fruit and veg and groceries costs, your rent, your utilities and your energy, and insurances. Insurances have gone up 14%. So all of those things will not, they're things that we have to have. The idea of raising interest rates is that we're going to cut back on our discretionary spending, but you can't cut back on your rent, you can't cut back on your power bill, you can't cut back on your insurances. You have to have them. So what that means is they're raising interest rates and putting the squeeze on people's wallets, but it will have no effect on these industries that are consistently sort of pushing prices up. It needs government intervention to really regulate the amount that people can increase prices across industries such as energy and insurance. That in my opinion is probably the only way that the cost of living crisis is going to be fixed. Look, all of this together could spell the end of the sellers market, as I said before. Certainly if they do decide they're going to start increasing interest rates, that's what caused everything to sort of fall off a cliff in 22. So depending how those decisions go, it could definitely have an effect on certainly people's capacity to purchase, but also a lot of buyers, if they see interest rates start to go up again, may take a step back and decide not to purchase until they can see what's going to happen. Look, having said that, at 1%, we're still quite busy. I think a lot of people do make the decision in July to sit back and wait for in June to sit back and wait for the new financial year. So we're expecting an influx of new properties to come to the market next month. But in the meantime, 27 Cheviot Street is unconditional. Low set home in Grange, 4 beds, sold for just under $2 million, which is a cracking price for a low set in that area. 10/32 Aurora Street Aurora Avenue West in Ferny Hills is on the market. Beautiful 3-bed townhome, very popular. I think we'll probably sell this weekend. 1/27A Haynes Street, which is here in Kedron. It is a beautiful 3-bed townhouse with the most incredible aspect of the brook. You walk out your back deck, open a gate, you're on the Kedron Brook. It's easterly facing, you get the morning sun. It is stunning. That one is also on the market. And then 41 Willard Street, a little bit out of area, but if you're looking for something in Capalaba, get in touch. A nicely renovated 3-bed 1-bath home on a large 800 plus block. We'll be launching in the next couple of weeks as well. So if you have any questions about any of the properties or any things that I've said about the market, if you have a question about your own home or anything else I can be of assistance with, please reach out, 0424585391. Otherwise, I hope you've had a fantastic week so far, and I hope your weekend is even better.